something I can see coming out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
I, whip around.
You come face to face with your, not supervisor, but a senior officer in your department, Agent Oliver Coy. And he looks like shit. Nothing happened to him, he just looks like he hasn't been sleeping. And maybe he left this reality for a bit.
I am going to I imagine Alistair's been kneeling next to this stool to get, up close and personal with this thing. I think he's gonna real smoothly stand up and just deftly stand between the civilian and the weird alien bullshit. Obviously, that ship has probably sailed, but do everything to keep people from seeing the fucky alien shit is the first thing you learn in basic training.
Of course, yeah. Instinctual, even if pointless.
Yeah.
Sure, you step in front of the machine.
Okay, and then I'm sorry, before I fuck this up, it's Burcell?
Bushell.
Bushell, excuse me.
So, literally, Bush, E-L-L.
Yes, Bushell, okay. And kind of looking at Manny is just, Mr. Bushell?
Hi, howdy. We're not really doing station tours right now.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm Al. I'm actually with Envy Energy, and my partner and I have been looking for you. And I apologize for barging in, but we're kind of on a time limit doing a survey of the lines in the area, and everyone in town said you were the man to talk to about whether or not there'd been any irregularities with the radio station. And I'm gonna make eye contact. I'm just gonna kind of make eye contact with Agent Coy and try to communicate with my eyebrows, get him out of here.
Agent Coy, as tired and exhausted and worn down and displaced as he looks, he is going to much like how you moved into position there, his agent training is going to kind of take over. And as exhausted as he may look, he's going to kind of stand a little more upright and kind of extend one hand out as to kind of guide Manny Bushell, and another around his back like he's guiding him away. we just had a quite an experience there, Manny. Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't we just let's come on over here? I think we need to maybe get you some fresh air. It's a trained, nothing to see here kind of gesture.
That's why. Yep, and that's why he got promoted.
He has, in the moment, intense tour guide energy.
And he sounds a little bit like James Stewart.
Which I love. Just weaponized tour guide energy. Okay. I think Alistair's... As soon as he's out the door, Alistair's furiously, gesturing for Saint to come in here.
I come over.
Okay. Between the two of us, I just want to get this thing, unhooked.
Yeah,
from
totally.
the fucking radio station.
Yeah, let's unplug this bitch real quick.
Yeah.
I do realize that if everyone just came back, I do still have that key that I stole, so now I am back in the position of having to return a key that I stole. But, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. For now, let's just unplug this shit.
Sure, go ahead. Whatever roles you think would be appropriate here.
Okay.
I think craft makes sense again for me anyway.
Yeah, I'll roll rapport again. Do we just want to do the thing where we both roll and take the higher? Or is that not how that works?
Yes, you could either give me a +1, because my crafts is the +3, so that'd put me at a 4.
I'll give you a +1 this time. I feel like now Alistair's because Alistair's priority is as much yes, we need to unplug this, but he's I have to get as much information down as I possibly can, and so it's sort of in the okay, unpeel, okay, I think we unpeel this next. Oh, wait, don't pull that out. That's actually connected to this thing over here. Pull that.
Sure. And occasionally I will disagree with you.
Yeah. Just furiously whisper arguing to each other.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that I think that it plugs it over here, and if we unplug there, it's gonna overload, and I'm gonna get shocked. Alistair, I'm gonna get shocked. I'm not wearing gloves right now.
It's the somebody gives bomb disarming instructions to someone else over the phone, but also
yes.
if you know how it works.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm rolling crafts, and I have a +4. Oh, that's a good old roll.
Yes!
So I rolled a 4 and 3 6s.
Yes!
Which puts me at a 7.
Yes!
There are some moments of extreme tension as the two of you try to safely remove this machine from the rest of the radio tower controls. But eventually, the last cable detaches itself from the radio booth, and you are able to kind of coil them all up and just clarify visually that nothing is attached to the board. There's this weird object. It's a little too heavy to lift, but it is sitting on the desk, still making its weird sounds, and not connected to the radio tower at all. That was the highest anybody's rolled.
With my 7, did I... yeah.
Oh,
I rolled an 8 once.
Right.
I either roll like shit or I roll really high. With my +7, do I see any way to turn this thing off? Or is it, just breathing?
No. You don't see a way to turn it off.
Okay. I will relay that information, though. I feel like that's important to put in the report.
Yep. And it's just too heavy to get this thing out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to team lift it, or we'll have to get a dolly or something. I mean, it's a radio station. There's gotta be a dolly.
I was gonna say, there has to be one of those weird little hand truck things. At this horrible moment, can I roll resources to try to find a hand truck?
To find a fucking hand truck?
I don't know what resources, whether that's what resources means or not.
I think it is. I think it is what it means. But I love that we never used skills in this episode. We were like, God damn it, we are going to use every skill available to us. We are going to roll for everything.
That's kind of the nature of the beast we've created here, at least so far, is it's a lot of investigation until it's a lot of action.
Yeah.
Can we, I mean, I imagine that we could also just probably if you want to roll resources, I think that would be the thing to roll to try and find a hand truck.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a.
Just dig around.
Yeah. I think Alistair just like really really does like look at Saint and then look at this thing, and it's just like just I don't know if it does anything else. Yell. And I'm gonna go.
Yeah, if you hear someone screaming, come get me. But otherwise, I think we'll be okay.
I'm gonna go see if I can find a fucking dolly. Love those stupid little things.
Is there one in this? They had to. I mean, did he? I presume Manny did this. That may be an assumption, but I'm going to assume Manny did this one.
My sort of the narrative that Alistair's trying to like put, you know, the fucking narrative of the crime or whatever that Alistair's putting together in his head is just like something like, I'm just saying, Manny fucking ran across this thing. It somehow like reminded him of his dead dad.
Yeah.
He took it home and plugged it into the radio station trying to hear his dead dad.
Which is sad.
Which is awful.
I can't be too mad at him.
No.
But he had to get it in here, so we either dragged it in, but is there something in this room? Like, did he use a dolly and, like,
sure, let's say there's one of those little hand trucks. The ones that you, like, tilt back.
Let's load this thing onto that and fucking get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, agreed. Is there a back entrance? Because I presume that the other agent has taken Manny out the front door and may not want to be like, all right, we're gonna take this now. We're a couple of electricians. Bye.
There is a back door that leads into the studio. That's where you saw the scrape marks coming through from. They also just went out that back door.
Oh, they went that way?
So
great, so we could go out the door to the outside.
Yep.
Sweet. Let's dip.
Yep.
Are we just taking this to your car?
Yes.
Until further notice.
I want to, before we, I'm going to want to get Agent Coy's debrief.
Sure.
Make sure that there's no loose ends. There's nothing left in the woods.
Sure.
That will cause any further problems. And also that there's nothing. Before we go, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna pull out a little sample container and I'm gonna scoop as much of the goop that's on the floor into the little container, and then honestly, if there's a box of tissues or something in here, that is alien machine goo, and I just don't want to leave it here.
Yeah, we should not quarantine, but
no, this is just it's not. I mean, it's nothing.
Sanitize.
It's nothing like a full cleanup operation.
Alistair, it's weird how your hand is always disappearing out of this reality.
Fuck.
Oh, hazard of the job.
It's cut my. Oh yeah, this is my. That's my wonky finger. Oh, you mean you broke it at one point? Not exactly.
That's my.
Sorry, phantom limb. Let's get the joke out of the way.
All right, good job, team. We made it. Let's wrap this up. It's the showers. While you're doing that, and I'm kind of, I assume, just waiting with the dolly. Should I make myself scarce while you do this debrief? I presume that you probably do not want your coworker to know that you've got a civilian? Is that what I am?
Alistair
tagging along with you.
Looks at Saint and seems a little bit sort of surprised that Saint is sort of preempting a fight about this.
I'm preempting a fight on everything at this point.
I know but I think Saint can tell that he's sort of that is not how Alistair was expecting this to go, because I love these characters. It's just the two of us constantly wrong-footing each other.
Yeah. I just think it's so sexy of us to to do whatever the fuck it is we're doing.
Yeah, no. And kind of just what he's saying says, yes, actually, I'm going to minimize your involvement in my report. So that would be
make your life easier.
Yes, and if you would, while Agent Coy and I secure the anomaly, if you would, I'd like to know whether the reappearance was localized or not.
I can do that. Easy.
All right.
I'll just head out now then before he comes back.
Yep.
Sound good?
Go. Yes.
Okay. I head out. Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, man. I duck awkwardly out of the room. It's funny, because Saint went into that thinking, like, I know I just want to make this easy for him, because I know this is probably going to end up being an issue. And Alistair was like, oh, he wants to start a fight, or he's, like, worried about a fight. So it's just so funny that we keep misreading each other's intentions completely.
It's so
cool. And then we have one moment of sincerity, and then we're both like, all right, anyway,
yeah. No,
goodbye.
I'm having so much fun with, like, obviously, like, both Saint and Alistair are good at reading people, generally.
Right. They're just really bad at reading each other.
Because
they're so different.
Yes, because, like, it's like they're like, I understand. It's like, oh yeah, I think I understand what you are doing, and then it's just completely wrong.
Right. So between the, like, hey, thanks, and the, like, I think we make a good team, they're like,
yeah. Yep.
Several question marks in a row.
Incredible.
Yeah, I'll duck out and I'll take Cactus with me.
Yes, good plan.
And
I don't want anybody getting it into their head that they need to analyze the cat.
No, I'm gonna do a lap of the town and just see if it seems like people have come back or not. I want to check on the mayor if possible, see if he's okay. But that could just be kind of like going on in the background. That's not probably gonna be, hopefully, not gonna be very exciting.
Saint, the first thing you notice when you step out of the radio station in through that back door into the kind of cool desert air is you can hear so many people.
Boy, it, like, I think it really hits Saint in, like, a wave almost, and he almost just kind of, like, drops in, like, relief. I don't think we're at, like, tears point. He hasn't, like, obviously didn't know any of these people or whatever, but oh my god, I think he is so fucking relieved. And then he looks down at Cactus and he's like, I have to figure out a way to return that key I stole to your mom, huh?
Cactus chirps back.
And I'll... Yeah,
and
but...
then vanishes from your arms.
And then I'll head off to the...
God, no!
Oh, shit! I'll put Cactus down to go on his merry way, and I'll start walking back to the... I do still want to check on the mayor specifically, I think, but then I'll head to the B&B.
Mayor Rodriguez is on his front lawn. He is no longer wearing his bright pink bathrobe. He is instead wearing a pair of black slacks and a bright pink dress shirt.
Hell yeah.
Much like Miss Periwinkle
Amazing.
from Chapter
Fashion.
1, my man has an aesthetic.
Incredible.
We love themed characters, it's true.
Yeah, he is guiding and directing people around. He is kind of urging calm. He's not giving a full-blown speech, but it's like, you know, there's a lot of like, everyone seems a little confused. Let's
be calm, citizens. Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing kind of, he's kind of cross-guarding, if that makes sense. Standing in the center of town,
Sure.
waving around,
Okay.
being like, all right, everyone, let's, just go back inside, this way, that way, Everything's going to be okay. I know we're all concerned. We can talk about it tomorrow, kind of language.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone just sleep it off. We'll have a town meeting tomorrow. Great. Back to the B&B I go. To try and hide this key. He'll just like throw it on the ground and run off. And be like, I don't know, a key on the ground.
Still
Couldn't have been me.
There's still time to break another window tonight.
I didn't think that the office had any windows.
Just a brick comes through with a single key rubber banded to it.
Oh, I do. Okay. I had this moment of like, did I take my crowbar back with me? But I can't imagine that I would have just dipped and left it. So, you know, I could jimmy a window. I have options.
Yeah, you sure did. Sure, yeah. You walk back inside and Lucille is kind of coming out of the back room. She looks like she's nursing a headache, but Cactus is already back on top of the counter, circling, doing those going back the length of the countertop back and forth.
Damn it, I should have tied the key to Cactus's collar. That would have been the move. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. I mean, I don't know if we need to do this. Honestly, what I'll probably do is just be like, hey, found this outside. You okay? You don't look great. And then just kind of move on. Like,
Nice.
I'm going to say you walk back inside and, you know, she's coming out of that back room. It looks like she's nursing a bit of a headache. I'm going to say maybe you offer her one of her own towels.
yeah, I offer to, like, make her tea or something in her, like, with her own tea, with her own kitchen or whatever. But, you know, or get her pills or something. I'm like, hey, just, like, sit down. Let me get you something.
Sure, absolutely. Alistair, do you want to talk to Ollie?
I would love to. As we're fucking trundling this fucking thing to the van.
Oliver looks like he's kind of dismissed Manny from whatever conversation the two of them were having. Oliver looks like he has a bit of a stern look on his face. Perhaps what he was just told Manny was kind of a very serious warning about sharing what may have happened in that radio studio. Certainly, it's protocol to insist that the spread of odd information like this, it's your goal to stop it, after all.
Of course.
But he kind of turns back toward you, and his much more serious expression doesn't quite turn into a smile. He looks like he's been in this business so long he might be kind of incapable of one, but it's definitely a lighter expression, one of kind of recognizability. He kind of sees you and kind of gives you a kind of a knowing nod. Do you have any idea what it is you're holding?
I have a couple of ideas, but I don't have theories.
Yeah, that's about all I ever had too. I'm not really sure what we're looking at. The only thing I can really well and truly figure is that this might be some sort of quantum engine. But the from where and for what part of it is all guesswork.
Yes. It was, I got into your notes, but it wasn't clear whether you had encountered found the impact site in the woods.
I had. It looks like whatever landed there, the town locals went out and found that and brought it back. How it ended up in the radio tower, I'm not sure, but maybe the kind of audio hub of it all. Yeah, you know. They thought it was some sort of audio emitting device, audio recording device. I guess they're not wrong. That's what it ended up doing.
No. Just before we threw the switch, we heard. I don't know how much you know about the history of the radio station, but for number of years it was hosted by an iconic local radio personality, the father of the current station manager, and just before we turned it off, something that sounded like one of his old broadcast intros went out. And so I wonder if perhaps either it generated something like that in order to entice people to investigate it, or it just picked up on some kind of echoes. But if I had to guess, I'd say somebody plugged it in hoping to hear more of someone they missed.
His expression changes back to something more serious. He kind of nods with you and goes, I think that's the case. Whether or not Manny ended up hearing from his father for real or not, I guess that's an experience for him only, really.
How much does he... Were you able to get a read on how much he remembers? When I spoke with the mayor, it seemed as if some people were retaining memories or noticing irregularities, and others were, for some reason, either unable to retain that information or being prevented from making connections, noticing problems.
Whatever this machine was doing, it put out a lot of weird energy that, as far as I can tell, both with my observations of other people and my observations of my own mental state, seemed to have a bit of an amnesiac effect. I wish I could tell for certain how many people were affected and to what extent. I'm not even sure if I know if proximity was a factor. Personally, I was all over this town. It could have affected me in any number of ways, up until the point that I stopped being in this town. Unfortunately, I think I have to chalk that up to the mysteries of the job.
The deer blind camera was a ingenious trick.
Yeah, well, I've dealt with break-ins before. If anyone were to get hold of that laptop, they'd find a lot of information the United States government does not want them to find.
Of course. When you were elsewhere, what was it like?
It was like this place. It was a little happier. There were more people on that side. And if I'm to be honest with you, Agent McAndrews, I don't know if all of them were from this town. Or from the reality we're standing in now. But they all looked happy to see each other. And they looked like they all belonged together. Couldn't touch anything, that was annoying. That was the problem, on the other side. I thought I had figured out how the machine worked, but once I was on the other side, I couldn't touch it again. It was only in my reality, infrequently.
When I was initially examining it phased out and phased back in. Did that happen I only saw it happen once. Was it on any kind of predictable interval?
I wish it had been. I would have been able to study it more often. But no, it seemed effectively random. There is a level of mathematics that machine is operating on that I can't even begin to pretend I'm familiar with. Sometimes I had it, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes it was just a shadow sitting on the desk. Were you just in the area, or did they assign you to me specifically?
No, I'm the cavalry.
Ah.
I think you got me, just... I was close, so that's why they didn't send someone more senior.
Oh, you got the job done. That's what matters, Agent.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just so used to... Well, we all just work alone, and this can begin to take a toll on you. It's just nice to see someone else who knows what we all go through. Good to see you, McAndrews. He gives you a pat on the back before kind of walking off back to his hotel room.
Oh boy. Does he have a car here? He came in some sort of vehicle, correct?
It's on the other side. No,
Great.
dude, where's my car?
What?
Sorry for that emotional scene followed immediately by an Ashton Kutcher
it.
reference.
I'm
gonna say Ashton Kutcher is here? Oh my god.
Shit. Fucking
shit.
Mirrorverse Ashton Kutcher. Wait, shit, somebody go change their Discord display. No, I was just thinking about,
Matty, I just saw your fucking note.
Oh.
Fellas.
I figured that was gonna be a kind of a long payoff, but it was worth it.
Fellas, is it gay to be assigned to someone specifically?
Oh my god, incredible.
I,
no, just on a procedural level, almost certainly this thing is going home with him.
Yeah.
Cool. So if he's going back to his hotel room, I want to lock myself in this van and just, like, text Saint, like, basically, like, this thing is going into, the senior agent on the scene is going to take custody of this thing, and, like, I don't know, I'm trying to cite exactly what the text is, but Alistair's like,
have we established that we have each other's phone numbers? I just want to clarify.
I really hope that we do.
For, like, any other characters, I would assume that we would, but I don't know. I think so, because I think I did call you at one point. I just wanted to make sure.
I think what you get is you get a text that says the device is going to leave town in Agent Coy's custody. I'm going to take some more notes while I still can. I'll be in the van if you need me. Okay. And then you get another text that just says, "This is Alistair." As he's like, wait, fuck, I don't remember if you have my number.
Saint, thumbs up, reacts to the first text, and then just, like, doesn't say anything. And then for the second one just says, yeah.
Nah, I know.
It sure is.
God.
So who else would be texting him about this?
Literally don't know, but, like, I have used up my social skills for the day. Because Alistair's very good at pretending to be good at people, and deep down is terrible at people on an interpersonal level.
It didn't make any sense for me to, like, in terms of my personality, to do a thumbs down emoji on the second text, but, like, just imagine, that's what I thought about doing, and it's very funny, but I think that's too mean. I would do that to, like, my friend.
Yeah.
But I don't think Saint would do that I don't think they're at a point where he could do that and get away with it without it being, like, really mean.
Chapter, like, 7, maybe we're at that point.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. That's only 4 chapters away. We're here in chapter 3.
True, shit.
So, chapter 17, Saint and Alistair say, "You're pretty alright."
Yeah, so basically under the guise of I'm gonna go secure the fucking anomaly, I just wanna get lost in the fucking investigation sauce.
Cool. I'm gonna hang out in the room. Take a nap, probably.
I don't know. I just wanna gather, because I think he's kind of the sort of the theory, the thought that is not yet a theory that he was alluding to with Agent Coy is this reminds him of the plant portal from chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't get rid of the sort of feeling that there's something to the kind of idea of phenomenon that involve, like, bringing someplace else close enough to where we are that they can interact. And he's just kind of gonna get as much data as possible.
Certainly.
Before he loses access to this thing for good, because once it disappears into the black box of the agency, he's never going to see it again.
Fair enough. Alistair's writing down these details when his phone starts to buzz.
I'm gonna get out of the back of the van to answer this in case it turns out to be a video call.
Sure.
But yeah, all right, I will answer. It's the Mrs. McAndrews.
The tired and reliable voice of your handler, Agent Gray, comes in over the tinny speakers of your phone. A number of our analysts noticed a sudden increase in photos and social media posts from the location that you are currently stationed at. I imagine that means a number of residents of that town have returned. Is that the case?
Yes, sir. Obviously, the full details will be in the report, but a piece of at least the initial lay of the land, a piece of anomalous technology touched down in the forest just outside of town. Someone, person or persons unknown, encountered it, brought it back, and spliced it into the local radio broadcast system. And whatever signal it was giving off displaced a number of the town's residents. And once the connection to the broadcast system was interrupted, it seems to have reversed the effects. And somewhat conveniently created at least some degree of amnesiac experiences amongst the locals.
Gotcha. Well, now that it's safer, we'll send down a number of analysts into the region to investigate a little more thoroughly just how forgetful the residents of Kenway, Nevada can be.
Of course, sir. The anomaly is secure, and Agent Coy has taken charge of the situation.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Coy is safe and sound then? Of sound mind and all that?
That's my impression, yes, sir.
Wonderful. It is fortunate then what time of year it is. I could very comfortably put you both on holiday for now. It's mid-December. We're not getting any reports of any sort of paranormal anything's happening in this area, so I think you're off the hook for the next little bit. I'll call you if anything comes in.
Yes, sir. I'll be standing by.
Wonderful. Unless anything else comes up, you are, of course, due in Roswell, New Mexico on the 18th of January, just so we're clear. We'll be sending the dossier to you over your car printer, of course.
Yes, sir. Wouldn't miss it.
Of course not. We're going to have fun this year. Agent Gray, signing out.
Over and out.
Excited to crash this corporate retreat.
Holy shit. I think Alistair kind of like leans back and tips his head back against the side of the van. It's just that's kind of just I kind of like the idea of the camera kind of pulls away from Alistair, just kind of watching the natural rhythms of Kenway reestablish themselves, and then we see Saint is kind of doing the same thing.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Hell yeah! God, we really do have one brain cell. Because they're weirdly... the two of them are... It's in some ways, they're on the same wavelength. It's just
Yeah.
They're also...
We're two sides of the same coin,
yeah, they're coming at things from such different directions, but there are places where they sync up.
Right. If this was a TV show, this would be an incredibly gift scene.
Yes, it would.
So many gifts of this one scene.
So
Parallels.
My brain was Alistair leaned up against here, whistling. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah.
Someone is playing it.
Yeah.
It's like playing on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, is both of them independently watching Kenway, Nevada kind of wake back up as it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas comes over the radio.
All right. It's there we end Chapter 3. The Where That Wasn't. What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra Kaye as eyes-on-the-ground Agent Alister McAndrews and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man Saint Garcia-Flores. As you may have surmised, Nick will not be joining us for at least this arc as they pursue their education. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show just for you. Our theme song and incidental music are by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was crafted by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. Additionally, this chapter's story was created with the assistance of Sara Husen. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you would like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about the show on social media and by simple word of mouth. You can @ us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter, and while you're at it, why not tag Infinity Break 23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience flicker and stretch behind you, like a shadow in the hot desert sun. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.